Good morning. Welcome to Ramblings with Joe, Tuesday edition. This episode is pre-recorded. I'm working nights at the moment and I'm not doing anything when I get off of work except taking a shower and hitting the sack. I'd like to talk about the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and its demise. So this corporation, I don't know why it's a corporation. It was created as a standalone entity by Congress, but this corporation got 100% of its funding from taxpayer dollars. And the amount of money that they spent on public broadcasting in the form of NPR, National Public Radio, and PBS, the public broadcast system, is amazing. So a lot of the stations that they supported and they dispersed the money that Congress and the government gave to them, well, they're shutting down. I support this. I don't think that the government in any form has a reason to be involved in media. I can't remember who it was now. It may have been one of the forefathers of our country, but someone said at one point that the media is the unofficial fourth branch of government, and it keeps the other three branches of government both honest and in check. It gives us the information. And if you have the government supporting any branch of media, whatever group set of employees within the government has the majority, are going to push their agenda. For instance, if the Democrats are kind of controlling, you call it deep state, whatever you want, controlling that area of government, well, they're not going to support shows that are very, that are very critical of their agenda. They're going to support shows that are more in line with what they want. One of the shows I used to watch on PBS, Left, Right, and Center, I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm not sure how honest it was. It's been many, many years. But I did enjoy it. I think it could have been very successful in the commercial broadcast systems. So Fox or CNN or whatever, if they'd have picked it up, they would have been very successful on that front as well. The content provided is really what makes a show successful. And if you're getting all of your funding from a central source, and that central source is the United States government, well, you're very susceptible to yellow journalism. And if you don't know what yellow journalism is, I suggest you do a really quick search on anything that you'd like. And unless that search engine is using yellow journalism to do searches, you'll find out what it means. So one of the reasons that I'm glad the Corporate for Public Broadcasting Corporation is the CPB, Corporation for Public Broadcasting, is going away is the money. I don't want my money to be spent on a corporation that dispenses money, again, my money, to media outlets that are pushing a specific agenda. I want media outlets to earn their keep. And if you're getting your money from taxpayers, you're not earning your keep. You're on the dole. And we certainly don't need media on the dole. So let's look at the money here. The top three earners at the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Top three. We have the CEO and president was earning between $524,000 a year on average. Not on average, but over the last 2022 to 2023. Those are the figures that are available. Other top executives were in the high six figures, reports at least. Okay, so the next person down was making $470,000, and the one below that $460,000 a year. And although not government employees, technically 100% tax paid government money was going to pay these people. This is a loophole and this is a money grab. The actual board members, a lot of people are going to say didn't make any money. It's true, they didn't make any money. They made between $4,000 and $10,000 a year. But that's not where the real money was being sent. The real money was being sent to, obviously, to the CEO and the people that were actually running the organization. Look, do we need public broadcasting systems in America? I don't know. I mean, perhaps there was a time when we did. I think that time has passed. We have so many news outlets and so many, well, citizen journalists now, and the ability for us to disseminate news and our opinions, I'm doing so right now, is just so easy. I mean, I'm using my phone, I have a microphone, and well, a cup of coffee, and I'm putting out how I feel about things. Do I need news? 100%. As I stated in my last episode, I still read the news on the daily. I still wake up every morning, I check the news feed, I see what's going on in the world, national and local. And that's never going to go away. There's always going to be an advertiser that wants to buy advertising space within each one of those levels of news. So yeah, I put up with that advertiser and I read the news. That's how that system works. Do we need public broadcasting systems? I mean, who gets to decide what's important to the public? Government employees. Are we going to create a government of neutrality that only puts out neutral topics? This is kind of pointless to me at this point in America. We have so much freedom of speech here. You're experiencing it now. Unfortunately, you're listening to me. You could probably find something better to do with your time. I do enjoy doing these. I'm not looking to make any money from them, but I don't think that my show should be put on PBS or NPR. I would never garner that much of an audience. I think you need to switch over to a capitalist system. The idea that we were paying all of these employees so much money is absolutely ludicrous. This is a government job when it comes right down to it. And you guys took a lot of money. I mean, every 2 years, you're making over $1 million every 3 years for sure. But the top pay there, the CEO, $1 million every 2 years. You're not serving the community. You're just making a buttload of money. I say that as someone who's lower middle class and never expects to make that kind of money. So, take it all with a grain of salt. I think at some point you're just keeping score, is my point. I said I was going to go into the Corporation for Public Broadcasting a little bit, and I think that's enough. I think it needs to go away. I think NPR and PBS needs to get on the capitalist wagon and start earning their keep. Sesame Street, I believe that was the one, has gotten bought up by another commercial entity, and they're making money off of that. I when I was growing up, I watched PBS on the regular. Let's see, the Electric Company. What was it? There were so many. Well, obviously, Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers. These were all wonderful programs. They're available. If you want to watch them, this kind of programming is available on the commercial front. Now, you as parents have a responsibility to check and make sure your kids are getting the content that you want them to have. That includes the programming and the commercials. So if you're letting your child sit there and watch a program, you better be checking the commercials as well. It's not the responsibility of the government, and it's not the responsibility of the Child Welfare Office. That's you as a parent. That's your responsibility. It's my responsibility finish my coffee, spend a little bit more time with the wife, and then go and do a night shift. I'm doing a week of night shifts. I keep having to remind myself of that because I haven't done this in decades. So this is a new thing. Luckily, the night goes pretty quick because there's a lot to do. I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday. I hope you go out there and you just, really enjoy yourself as much as you can. We have a pretty good life here in America. Let's not lose sight of that. It's quite possibly one of the best times in history still, even with all the turmoil going on in the world. Still one of the most peaceful times in history. I hope you go out and you have a great Tuesday, and I hope that you find peace, love, and dream. Until next time, arrivederci.